on Team IBB? I am here with my friend Chris Tripp, the newest member of the hashtag Team IBB.
Hey guys.
What's up? He's going to give us his top 3 keys to becoming a personal trainer.
Yes.
And I know for me, I was actually a personal trainer for about a week. It was when Bally's, I think, is Bally still, I don't know if they're still in business or not.
I don't know of too many in existence, yeah.
So I've known him since college, great athlete. And too, as an athlete, I feel like a lot of our friends or a lot of people that we know that have a sports background or athletic background, it's like you kind of stumble into personal training sometimes because you're like, bro, you're like, I work out all the time, bro. Like, I know this. And I remember they told me, like, oh, yeah, you'll get paid hourly when you're a personal trainer. Yeah. You make your own schedule. I'm like, oh, man, that's great. And then I actually went through all the hiring process. Yeah. And then I started that Monday, and they're like, well, you don't get paid if you're not with someone. I'm like, what? So again, there's definitely a big difference between working out.
Yes.
And then getting other people to want to work out with you.
Correct.
And pay you money. So,
yes.
But obviously you're doing a great job at that. You're also doing some bodybuilding, which you'll speak on as well. So if you wouldn't mind just kind of rolling into your top 3 keys to being a successful personal trainer, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. All right, guys. For me, my top 3 keys to success for being a personal trainer are, first one we're going to start off with is branding. As you can see, I have my Tripp Trained logo.
Yeah.
But it's more than just a logo for branding. Branding, it really comes down to building trust. So building trust within your brand, which means you're credible. So it also means that you have a positive attachment to your name or your company. So make sure that you're doing the best to represent yourself in the best light and keeping that reputation high and stellar.
And do you feel, so like, for example, I know like with IBB, I'm like, yeah, branding, yes, it's a great idea. For us as people want to do, there's a lot of people in our industry, but a lot of people are drawn to IBB for what it stands for.
Exactly.
What we stand for, and do you feel like that? Do you feel that that's something that a lot of people going into personal training, like for example, myself, I wasn't thinking that, oh, hey, I need to build my brand. I'm thinking like, hey, I get to hang out in the gym and get paid, so like...
You definitely have to have a bigger picture type of thought process if you want to be successful, because if you don't, you'll pigeonhole yourself and it's going to be hard to grow. Mm-hmm. And for you to maintain steady clients and kind of continue to build your base, that's just a necessity.
Yeah, and it's too, like, people, again, they might want a personal trainer, but they're gonna lifelong clients. Like you and I, we're not trying to be like, hey, I can't wait to do this all over again every week and like go through the same process and be chasing people around like, please,
yes.
Like, I'm a good guy.
Yes.
But I've known you a long time, dude. And obviously you're in way better shape than me, so but you know what I'm saying. But it's just like, that's the thing, is the brand helps build the relationship.
Big time.
And that's the thing.
And your reputation precedes itself.
Yeah.
It's just like with any interaction.
Yeah.
If you have a good reputation, people are going to gravitate to you.
I love it. Very cool. All right, so branding is number 1.
Yes.
So let's roll into number 2.
Number 2 is knowledge. You need to make sure that you have continuing education, that you're well versed in your craft and what you do. So that means you're up to date on the latest versions of exercises, latest nutrition. There are a lot of case studies that come out constantly that are kind of refuting each other. So you kind of have to stay up on that and know what good is, so that you can pass those things along to your clients and give them a very specific client-based plan, whether they're trying to lose weight, whether they're trying to put on muscle, whatever their goals are. You have to figure that out and give them something that's going to be ideal for them specifically. Because I've seen so many personal trainers out there fail when they try to give a cookie cutter,
just
nutrition plan or plan for everybody. Yes, everybody's different. Everybody's
body's squats. Different. I know you're 87.
Exactly.
I know you're 87, but just bench and squat, it worked for me.
Yes, exactly. And that's just not the way it works. So you definitely have to know what you're talking about, so you can help those, and which is also going to further your brand and trust and your credibility.
And if you're, again, I think personal trainer, a lot of people, they neglect the personal.
Yes.
And they're like, I'm a trainer. Like, I train people. It's like, well, no, you need to personalize the training process. And 2, when you talk about knowledge, like, it's one thing, too, like, I feel like the branding of your first key and then the second key of the knowledge, like, that's like the perfect marriage of success, at least in the business world or solopreneur world or entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it, is the branding brings people in.
Yes.
But it's like your brand's not going to last too long.
Yes,
when you're bringing people in and you're like, I can't back it up. Like I can't, I don't know anything. So like
your knowledge keeps them. Your knowledge keeps them, and it continues to expand that brand.
Yeah, because that, and that's where too. Like I know that, again, you have. I lived this background.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously, like there's a lot that you can bring to the table from personal experiences.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you need to know what the 90-year-old client needs, just like you need just what the 9-year-old client needs,
exactly.
And anywhere in between. But no, I think that now everybody feels like, oh yeah, I could bench, I can squat. It's like, well, it's way more than that.
It's
so
technical,
very technical. And again, don't be like me and be like, yeah, I did sports. I'll be a personal trainer, no big deal. And the two, like that's. Man, that was such a frustrating time for me.
Yes.
So thank you.
Like,
listen to this guy. So all right, very good. So we got number 1 is branding.
Branding. Yep.
Number 2 is knowledge.
Yes.
So let's dive into number 3.
And my final key for success with your personal training clients is going to be motivation. And what I mean by that is understanding how to motivate your client base. Yeah. Every single individual has different reasons as to why they're doing what they're doing to better themselves. Either it may be weight loss or growth, for weight. For increasing mass. There's everybody has their own take on and reasons for it. So understanding their reasons, it's going to help you to understand what motivates them. And individuals have different motivations. Some people need to be yelled at. Some people need to be.
That's me.
Some people need that drill sergeant. Hey, let's get it done. I don't care. I don't care how you feel. Get up. Let's get it done. Exactly. Yeah. Some people need that. Yeah. And then others may need someone to walk, hold their hand and kind of walk them through it and be gentler about the process. And so, like I said, and everything in between. So you really need to figure out that motivation, because that's going to keep your clients coming back for more. Yeah. And I've heard of stories where other personal trainers have gone and they've really tried to take that drill sergeant nature to someone who that doesn't motivate them. And it discouraged them, and it made them run away from personal training in the gym in general. Yeah. So it can be very intimidating. So you have to understand how to deal with people in order to keep growing your business and keeping your client base as a continued client base versus running them out of the door.
Yeah, right.
That's easy to do.
Over here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you were bro. Let's get in here.
No, and I think so, and that's like for me, like that is something that it took the first 5-6 years of messing up, because same thing where like in my business, it's not obviously not personal training, but I am working one-on-one with business owners, with families or whatever. And 2, it was that for me, I was like, this is how I'm motivated, so this is how, like not so much you just kind of instinctually try to motivate others the way you're motivated. Yes. Until you fail enough.
Exactly.
And you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't work. But having that emotional and social intelligence. So like part of, would you say like 2, like I always say you have to like constantly mastering your craft. So like building that knowledge base of what you do, but also mastering yourself, because you know in your gut what you suck at and what you're really good at. And it's a constant battle of, okay, well, am I going to focus on this and try to make this thing I suck at better, or am I going to try really, really get a lot better at what I'm really good at, kind of thing. But like just the social and emotional intelligence, reading other people, you know what I'm saying, trying to get them, to like get them on you to get on their level. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Like, and that's something.
And that's underestimated greatly. And I mean, I feel like that's important across all spectrums of life. Yeah. I mean, you have to have that emotional intelligence in order to get things done, and get things done when they need to be done. Yeah, right. I mean, in business, I have a business background, so I really take that to heart. Yeah. You have to understand that.
Yeah. There's a deadline.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but awesome. Well, anything else to add?
No, I think that's it.
All right, very good. Well, hey, you heard it here first. You want to be a personal trainer like me? Just go in blindly. If you want to be a personal trainer like Chris Tripp, you want to get Tripp trained, right?
Yes.
Trip trained, all right, then you need to focus on your branding to bring people in.
Yes.
You need to focus on your knowledge to keep them.
Yes.
Know what the heck you're talking about. But also, too, you need to have that emotional and social intelligence of how to motivate people and know their why. And that way, you won't be like me and be like 1 week and like I'm out of here. I made it 1 week in personal training, so I like to think I'm, I like to think that I'm good at stuff, but that was not good at all.
Yeah.
So, but Team IBB, thank you so much for joining us. Chris Tripp, get Tripp trained. Check him out. And also, too, welcome to Team IBB, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm
excited.
So pumped.
I'm excited.
So pumped. So, until next time, stay burn proof.